Okay, this is the Bold Moves Lab, part of Two Women, One Bold Life. But this is the Bold Labs where I'm going to share my lessons learned, thinking of it from the advantage of being a high performance coach, what that means to me, maybe some questions, reflections that might help you, and definitely help me in the moment. So today's bold move is really about the sort of contradiction of the day. So today we decided we wanted to go and see the Super Bowl. We're in Thailand, and so we had to get up super early in the morning to go to a bar that was showing the Super Bowl. And it wasn't that we really wanted to watch the football. We wanted to see the halftime show. We wanted to see Bad Bunny perform and see what special guests he brought on. And so we went. It was quite a nice environment, lots of people. Someone gave us a chair at the bar, and Beth and I got to sit together. And then partway through, the woman next to me asked me which halftime show I wanted to watch. And I said, of course, the real halftime show, the Bad Bunny show. And to that, she sort of smirked and turned away and then did not talk to me for the rest of the time. So I knew that they were probably thinking that they would rather be watching the other alternative halftime show that was happening. Because we've got racist people in the United States. So then some other guy came and sat next to her, and there was sort of more of a conversation, and then he started saying stuff like, we just turned the channel over because we want to watch the Kid Rock. And I said, why would you want to watch Kid Rock? As he is a sexist. He writes his lyrics about abusing young women and women. And so why would you want to turn on something like that instead of watching this multi-platinum, Grammy award-winning artist that's about to perform? And so we went back and forth a little bit, and then it sort of just let it go. And so it was this moment of like really enjoying being in this space. I'm in Thailand. How could I? And partly I wanted to get away from all the bullshit that is happening in the United States right now. And so I had deliberately not been watching any news. I deliberately have sort of taken time to manage my inner energy in a way that doesn't waste energy on people I don't need to waste energy on. And so this was like sort of a bit of a shock because I haven't experienced that in Thailand at all. And then I turned to Beth and I realized that just like me and her, people who are trying to escape what is happening in the United States or are sick and tired of fighting for the things that we believe to be right and just and the things that we value about empathy and supporting others and all those things are equally true for people who maybe are on the right side of things in terms of not right, but the right wing side of things. They also have maybe been feeling that about the left. And it made me start to think about, like, where's the conversation, or where's the middle ground, or where's the conversation that we can have that actually moves us all closer to some understanding. We might not agree on everything, but at least human dignity, at least thinking about why it is not right to kidnap people off the streets and remove them from this country and send them to other countries that they've never ever been to just because we want to get rid of certain people. I am sick and tired of that. But this really got me thinking, like, how do we have conversations? How do we have dialogue? Is it possible even? And when the game finished, Seattle won, which was very exciting. The guy came up to me and Beth and said, you know what? Everything's okay. And I think what happened is the woman had put an earworm in his mind about the halftime. And I think he also wanted to find a way to connect. And so we did connect, not on a deep level, but enough for him to tell us a little bit about his history and how he ended up in Phuket, Thailand, and how he's married to a Thai woman. And then he told us beaches to go to that aren't tourist beaches. So it was a moment of sort of all these contrasts of um, energy being managed in a way for me, but also sort of asking the question, like, when we have disagreements with people, and there's a huge gaps happening right now. It's like when those disagreements are so large, when I sort of see the privilege that white men throw around when they're in spaces, um, how do we actually ask each other questions and find a space that we can actually learn from one another? And maybe there are some spaces where that can't happen at all. Like, I know there are some places or some things that are so strong values for me that I find it really difficult, impossible to budge on. Which, I mean, like, maybe I got to look at that. I got to learn that, what that means for me. So here's your bold move for today. My bold move was, what do I need to do when I am faced with situations where people are so value things that are so different than mine? Where can I find common ground? And maybe the other part of it is, where are the places I just don't need to do that, or I don't have the energy to do that, or I don't need to do that anymore? So 3 things. Where's the places you want to find common ground? Where are the places that you're not going to budge? There's non-negotiables because you value those things so much that it's not even worth your energy to get into a conversation or dialogue with someone about that. And the third thing is, where are the places that you maybe need to learn and grow? See you in the next bold move.